Now, Donald Trump's inauguration will be Tuesday morning our time. Make sure you're straight to bed after the late debate on Monday so you can get up to watch it right here on Sky News at 3:30 in the morning. And it'll be a bit different this year because it's been forced inside the Capitol building by freezing cold temperatures. It'll be -4 degrees Celsius maximum on Monday, which is the coldest inauguration day in 40 years, which happens to be the last time one was also held indoors. Ronald Reagan had his in the Capitol Rotunda in 1985. If you wanted to watch it in person, you'll now have to go to a nearby stadium where they'll broadcast it, and then they'll have the presidential parade there later. And as Trump plans to officially reclaim the presidency after basically being the de facto president for the past 2 months, there are reports that some illegal migrants are voluntarily leaving the United States. They are self-deporting, and he reportedly has more than 100 executive orders ready for his signature on day one of his administration. He'll immediately start building the wall again. Deportations will start straight away. He'll take money away from so-called sanctuary states for illegal migrants. It's the rubber hitting the road, Kel, which is exactly what we expected. But how good is this? All these people have said, look, we're not even going to wait for Trump to get rid of us. We're on the way out already. If that's all we needed, we would have done it a long time ago.
There are a lot to go, but I'll tell you why they're going. They understand Tom Homan is now going to be in charge of securing the border and getting rid of all these illegal immigrants who charged into the place, many of them criminals, many of them committing crimes. Fox News interviewed Tom Homan this week and they said, Tom, we've heard this rumour that as Trump is being sworn in, you will be staging a raid in Chicago. Are you going to start as fast as that? And there was a long pause and he said, well, I'm not going to locate it. There might be raids across the country. In other words, when Trump becomes president, it happens now.
Which is exactly what we want. It's what people voted for. There was an excellent piece in the Weekend Australian magazine, Evelyn, by Yaron Finkelstein, who was over there putting together a podcast about the election before the vote was taken. And the people he spoke to bore out what the polling showed, which was much like the rest of the world. Economy was the #1 issue, but #2, without fail, was migration and the border. And that, in no small part, was what got Trump over the line, and he's going to deliver.
And I hope Dutton does something similar for us, because what a leader. Like, what the heck? He can't, like, he's not even inaugurated yet, and just his sheer presence, his sheer clout, makes people flee. Like, that's the sort of leader that you want. You want criminals to flee and you want the citizens to feel safe in their own country. So I think that's fantastic. But I just want to point out something about this, how he's going indoors. Like, I've got to say, I just don't feel like it's the weather. I feel like there's more to it. Coming from a law enforcement background, also, I don't know if you've seen, there's been countless interviews from people who were attending his inauguration, and they all said, no, we want to go out, like we don't care about the freezing cold, etc. The fact that, like, during the lead up to the election, he was attempted to be assassinated numerous times. They shot him in the ear. And also the fact that it's not just lone gunmen who are after him, it's the system. They've tried to imprison him. They've tried to ruin his reputation. The mainstream media, even the officials in Washington, have tried to come after him. So I actually think it's a smart move that he's going indoors, because my little spidey senses, coming from a law enforcement background, is he's being cool, calm and collected about this whole thing, but there's perhaps a little bit more going on behind the scenes, perhaps a little bit of intelligence he may have received, and he's going indoors. And good, because I tell you what, I think it's great he did JD Vance, because he is assassination proof. That's what they say, because why would you want to, they say, get someone more extreme than Trump, because then they won't want to assassinate him.